Microphone. Is the microphone too far away? It looks like it might be today. Move it. There we go. Microphone test. I know we're forgetting something that we changed from the last time. We're plugged in, check, and this. My transition buttons. All right, Ripley. Ripley. Enough. Let's stop the music for a second, please and thank you. Excellent. And let's roll the intro and get some drawing done. How about that? You get some drawing done, sweetest angel? Gonna press the button so I can do some drawing? No, it's fine. It's fine. Just press that sweet, sweet start button. And change things again. There we go. All right, here we go for another week. I've swapped out to the old camera so that I can leave the fancy camera set up for doing stop motion stuff. Plus, I believe this one will give me less lag. Did a live stream through the Streamlabs channel last week. Gonna do it again, I think, this week. And it was pretty fun, but a lot of people were just like, "Oh, you're lagging like crazy," and I'm just like, "I don't know what's going on." So it might have just been, me trying to get my computer to do too many things that it can't handle, or the connection to the fancy camera is messed up. So I was trying to find another cord for that as well. But either way. This way, we could do stop motion streams because according to my YouTube numbers, that's really what people care about is having visitors to Skeletor's house, and I can't say I don't enjoy doing them because I do. Last week, did some stuff with Jason Voorhees here. He focused there. We got almost. Can't see me. Good focus on him. Anyway, watch the video. He's all over the place. He's all over the place. It's on YouTube. It's on my Instagram. I mean, he seems like he should be able to move all over the place really well, but just because of the way these NECA figures are built, A lot of the times they just don't. Like his wrists don't really rotate because the gloves are too big. His head, like, it's real stiff at sections, so it kind of just pops over to the next area. And and yeah, it was just generally hard to get him to stay on the chair. But I wasn't really focused on him anyway. Um, my main focus was figuring out the camera setup because I believe I mentioned last week I finally broke down and I paid money for a professional stop motion program that will allow me to do the things that I want to do, i.e., lay out my audio without having to do the math and figure out what frames are happening on. I can just scrub through and see where it is. And it accesses my fancy camera directly without the need for any weird backdoor shenanigans, patches, and you know, tricks where I have to open up another program, close that, open up another one in just the right amount of time so that it latches on to the connection before whatever. So it's just awesome. But yeah, I spent 90% of the Jason Visits Skeletor animation trying to get the lights right. Like literally started it, and I could see that the lights are flickering within the scene, even though I like covered up all the windows. So it was like, still have to control the light. Like doing stop motion is ridiculous. So I went and I got more curtains. So I've got like what I'm pretty sure are supposed to be blackout curtains, but they're at least room darkening curtains. And then I got another panel of blackout curtain, but it's white, so it just still kind of illuminates the room. So this last time I went, I'm like, fine, I'll get a couple more just tension rods and some 100% blackout curtains. So this room is super dark now, just a little too dark. Excuse me. But whilst stop motioning, I could still see the light was flickering. I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. But the program would also occasionally say, hey, it'll work better if your computer's set to manual. And I look at the camera, it's like it's set to manual. It's set to manual. I got the button over here, clicked over to manual, and I kept saying it. So eventually I just kept changing all the settings to I'm like, oh, there's like another manual setting. Set it to both manuals. And it immediately fixed the light flicker. But this dragon frame program is pretty amazing, super amazing for doing stop motion. 1,000 steps up from doing stop motion on Stop Motion Studio on an iPad, and using the computer software as well, which was free version and the very affordable paid version, both amazing. But this one, after I was done and I exported the movie, I was thinking like, well, now I have to bring it into Final Cut, and I've had this problem before, so I bought a filter that will, I don't know how, but it magically removes all of the flickering, or at least does its best. Depending on this one, I was like, I don't know, there's still going to be some flicker no matter what. And then when I dropped it in, before I even put the flicker on, I'm like, what? This is as smooth as ice over here. What's going on? There's the lights are perfect, so it just, the program itself like automatically already adjusted the flicker, I guess, even before I finally found the settings to make it look good without any extra computeriness. It's just all right in the camera. It works as good as it should. And anyway, that was like for the last few frames. I'm like, I did it. I figured it out. Like, too bad the whole rest of it's going to look insane, and it looks okay. I feel like out of all of the stop motion so far, it's one of the more thrown togethery ones because my attention just wasn't on the Skeletor. I'm just gonna see. I should have it on my desktop here somewhere. I feel like this is the wrong one. It is. There it is. So let's just give this a watch real quick, and then we'll get to today's drawing project. First, we should go to the right window. Yeah, maybe go to the right window. That's not this one. I mean, I appreciate that you could go over to me, looking at a drawing of me, staring at myself. This doesn't make me feel self-conscious or weird at all. I'm just going to sit here and stare at myself while you dig through the settings to see if you can find the proper window to show things in. That one looks right. Good job, idiot. Yeah, good enough. So, don't know how loud this is going to be.
That's a cool machete, J-Man. I have a sword. It's purple. Is your knife magic? Mine is magic. Let me try on your mask. I told you it was a magic sword.
And that's how I spent last week. I also made that new intro outro sometime last weekend, and I was also just like, I gotta get something done so I could work on this. But for this week, we're going to work on one of the Milo books that we're working on. Miles, he loves the stop motion action figures. So I don't really want to give away what this book is about, but there's really no other way to do it. I just did an interview on the weekend with Russo Draws from Instagram, RUSSO. He's got some cool interviews with artists and publishers that help publish his book and stuff like that. And he asked to interview me because he's like, hey, you have all this content and you seem so positive and you're always making stuff. So what's the deal? And he gave me the questions beforehand, and I was like, all right, just answer the questions. Don't drift into tangential stories that you don't need to. You don't need to be funny. You don't need to make up jokes on the spot. Just answer the questions. And I don't know, I probably talked for like 20 minutes before I even really got out the first question. And then I talked for like, I don't know, another 45 minutes based on the first question. And I'm just like, all right, I did it again. I just said it out loud. Like, I just went off on another tangent. Like, I'll try to fix this basically. Then I would try to talk my way back to the beginning, I guess, like just to try to talk my way out of the tangent where it's like, no, this will make sense eventually. And it's just like, no, it won't. I don't even remember what I was talking about because I just ended up, like, no, I'm telling you a story about Mike White and a weird adventure we had because of, production related things. Like, that has nothing to do with the question anymore. But at a certain point, it was related to it. So it's like, gotta go down that rabbit hole. So within the interview, we ended up kind of talking about NFTs for a half a second, and I told him that, actually, one of the comics about me and Milo that I'm doing right now is it's an NFT book, or it's about NFTs. It's weird. Basically, Milo wants to make an NFT collection, and I don't. So we get some help helping us make this collection for him. Then, in the end, of course, everything goes awry for one character, and everything goes great for another character. Me and Milo might not be either of those characters. But again, I don't want to give it all away. I don't want to give away the title. But within the book, there is just going to be page after page after page of just the gallery of different versions of Milo, because as much as I don't want to do NFTs, I don't believe in the NFT system. Like, yes, it clearly works for some people. Go for it. It's awesome. If you can afford to do that, then do it. I can't mentally or monetarily really just afford to do whatever that is. I don't need to buy a Lamborghini, so I want to make something that I can sell for regular money. Sorry, I'm not futuristic. And also, when JPEGs have gas prices, that's weird. I feel uncomfortable about that. It's unsavory. There's a bunch of stuff in the book where I did look up some things, and that gets discussed. Um, and But regardless, I do exist in a creative space where, yes, of course, I would like to make a set of like, yeah, whatever, like Milo tarot cards or Milo foot football cards. Baseball cards is what I meant to say. I don't know why I said football. I don't know why you're saying any sport at all. That theme did say that you'd even go there. Like the only sports cards that you had, I believe, were Marvel cards. I had some basketball cards. I did start trying to collect basketball cards when I was a kid, just like, will this help me understand sports? And no, it made me more confused, and I was really just trying to collect logos, and that was just insane. Um, but yeah, just doing a set of things. Um, and yeah, so it's like out of all the things that I look up, they seem to make me either more concerned about the NFT community rather than excited, and a lot of the people at the top, the ones that are really making money, have been making money through nefarious reasons, through nefarious resources and schemes. Before this NFT thing, so it seems like it's still just another thing. And the fact that Logan Paul is like King NFT champ, who was also, I believe, just in WrestleMania. He wears like a $5 million Pokemon card around his neck, and he just announced he's like, I'm going to start selling fractions. Like, don't you want to be able to be a person who owns something extremely collectible and expensive? Well, for a smaller fee of some sort of Ethereum or whatever, you can own a portion of this Pokemon card I wear around this neck, or of some of the NFTs I have. And it's like, yeah, of course, because you're just very solidly explaining how it's a pyramid scheme. You're getting people to invest in the idea of owning stock in a Pokemon card that you have, and and it's not under the reasoning that would make sense, where it's just like, so when it goes up in value, your money goes up in value. He's really pushing the idea that, like, so you can own a part of this really cool collectible thing. Like, that's not how collecting works. People want to own the collectible thing. That's why people are literally putting these NFT JPEGs on their watches, like, check it out. Like, yeah, yeah, I sent my mom a picture frame that allows you to like load pictures on it from anywhere, like $100. Um, that's better than NFTs. I don't know. Again, I don't want to be an NFT jerk, but minute one when they started, and somebody was like, "You should do this." It's like I genuinely started doing like my own kind of Garbage Pail Kids type of thing, my own Mars Attacks, except just cute little characters that were kind of Milo style, and then eventually one day, just having that fight in my head, that is coming up with an idea for a Milo comic, and every once in a while it is just like, hey, so Milo's on the couch, and I'm like, oh hey, what's Chris Pratt doing here? Like, oh, he's the lamp, like, like, then that's the whole comic. But other times I'm just like, hey, so Milo's like starting to take pictures for some reason, and then I'm like, what's going on over here? He's like, we're getting super rich or whatever, and just like, that's not how it works. So just like frame after frame, Milo will be changing outfits, and in the end, it will be a big fat full color just book of Milo art, by me, and I'm getting my friend Ben to work on it too. So it's also a bit of a collaboration for once. I don't do teamwork stuff very often, so it's another reason to keep myself working on it. And again, uh, the idea of like, hey, everyone's getting rich. That's awesome. I don't want to feel. I'd love to get rich, but I don't believe that I could get rich off of NFTs. And if I could, I know that I would still probably feel bad about it. But I do still want to do a big collection of random versions of Milo. So on my iPad, I have a bunch done. I've got a few done here. I've done some in like Photoshop and stuff. So it's really just about having all kinds of different styles. I want to do some on paper, maybe some paint, like just fill in a big book. Um, And then instead of selling, each one as like, ooh, it's a super rare magical NFT for 250 to $1 million each, I'll put them all in one book. So excuse me, I just ate. Sorry. So everybody can have some super fungible art, and the title will be delightfully clever if I don't keep changing it. Um, So the only other thing is like now coming up with ideas of different things to dress Milo in, or just to do, or to fully transform him into, or just slash put him in an outfit. So before, let me. Okay, yeah, I already unhid that. So here's some. I'll just show you. Maybe go to the right camera where it shows the pictures of things. Yeah. I'm doing it. So so there's one where I just like fully decided to draw over him as like a weird dragon monster thing. And there's like a sailor one because I was also just like grooming through, combing through the I forget what they're called now, but like the bored ape NFTs. Seems like everybody's just like copying the bored ape NFTs. So I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna steal some of their costumes. Some other people just doing like vaporwave stuff. And it's just like a weird David Bowie type thing. And that's like one of the bored ape type costumes, type outfits. I believe I called this one something like Not Banksy, wink. And there's one in like a little Robocop outfit. There's a big blood spatter on the wall. And that's all you're getting for free for now, besides the ones that I do on the stream. But eventually, hey, Laser Sharks, I'll get back to the actual pages because they're still between all of the incessantly repetitory pictures of Milo in different styles. Um, there's a there's also a story that goes with it. So once I rough some more of those pages out, we'll clean those up here as well, and eventually it will be a book, just like all the other things. Um, what else can I? What's an outfit? What's an outfit? We have a little wizard outfit. It's been a little while since I've done as anything wizardy. All right, there's where's box that hides everything. And one of the main, aside from being a spite against NFTs, the fun part for me, aside from spiting things, um, is getting back to that reason I created these Milo comics was there's no real set style. There wasn't supposed to be. It's just having fun uh, drawing Milo. However, I felt like drawing him that day, and eventually there started to be consistencies. Uh, just happens when you draw things over and over again. Um, I'd have to make this one smaller. That's the problem with where Milo is set up. I often run out of space. Put on a bunch of extra costumage. Hmm. No. I hate this hat. I hate it. I hate it. I'm gonna shrink him down a bit. Give us some room. So this will probably be an ultra rare, which I still don't understand how that's a thing. How do you have ultra rares if they're all supposed to be one of a kind? And let's see how much pretzel music we can listen to without it getting silenced when it's saved to YouTube and whatnot later. According to Jim, according to Jim, according to Jim Sterling, the whole thing is unfurling, can't last forever, cause it still requires money to be invested. Make it currency have value. That's super crazy. There you go, wizard's mustache. Speaking of screwdrivers, though, remember last week when I said those guys stole my screwdriver? I looked everywhere and it was gone. They did, in fact, take it, whether it was by accident or not. I didn't want to ask to get it back. And then, yeah, yesterday, literally right in the middle of a work meeting, right before I was supposed to tag into the Zoom meeting and talk, there was a knock at the door. And it was the guy. And he was like, hey, here's your screwdriver. I just noticed it there. I'm not a thief. I'm not a thief. Like, repeatedly. Like, just want to make sure, you know, I'm not a thief. Like, okay, thanks. Like, that's amazing. Like, yep, don't worry. But just losing my mind. Because I'm like, I have to be talking in this meeting, like, within the next 30 to 60 seconds. I have no idea whenever the last person stops talking. So yeah. So you spent a good chunk of time on a live stream calling these guys thieves and horrible people. Excuse me. For the longest time, and then they just brought it back and everything's fine. I mean, they were still horrible for other reasons, so they just weren't thieves. Even though one of them did tell me about how the other guy always steals other people's tools. So, you know, it's just in this instance. In this instance, yeah, it worked out fine. Draw pictures. Just draw some pictures. Totally meant to rough this out. I have no idea why. Trying to draw clean right away, but seems like I am. Oh, and speaking of adventures in story time, um, so like I said last week, I took over the Streamlabs live stream Twitch channel. I don't know why I added the extra words there. And what we were doing was making emotes for people, so they could request them in Twitter, and then me and Clyde would draw them. They give them away to the people that requested them for free to use at their will. So throughout the day, one dude was like, "Oh God, you gotta draw one for me. Oh, I love it. Oh my God." And I was like, "All right, like I can't just specifically just pick somebody who in the chat room is just like, you gotta pick me though." It's just, it's got to be semi-random. / if I say I'll do it, and your request is insane, and something I can't do in the amount of time, then I'll feel like a jerk. So normally I just kind of like randomly scroll through the just big list of tweets with all the requests, and I'll just scroll up and down without looking at the camera at all, and then stop on one, read it. If it's something that A, I understand the words and can come up with something to draw. B, it's not something that's just somebody else's copyrighted character. And then I do it. So this one guy just kept saying like, no, like, but I need this. Oh my God, I need this. I'm so new to all this stuff, but this would be great. But also, I'll absolutely get it. Whatever you draw, no matter what you draw for me, I will get it tattooed on my body. And I'm just like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. But at the same time, challenge accepted. So went and saw what he wanted. He wanted a lion with a silver spoon in its mouth. I exported it nice and big when I was done, but I just like sat there drawing this thing, knowing like there's a very good chance this person actually is gonna get this tattoo. And he was like, I'm gonna do it. I'll tag you and everything. I'm like, all right, but once again, like neither I nor the company endorses the fact that you should or need to get this tattooed. This is just drawing you an emote, and anything else after that is on you. And but yeah, I was still just like, if you're gonna threaten to put it on yourself, then I'll threaten to do it. So I did it. I waited till I got most of the day, everything else done for the day. So it was pretty much just the last thing as the day was over. And he seemed pretty happy with it. He was asking like, where should I put it? And I was like, oh, well, I mean, it's clearly got to go on your back or whatever. And he was like, oh yeah, I still got room on my back, as in, I've already got tattoos. And I was like, oh no, like if you've already got tattoos on your back, like this will cover them. This is a full back tattoo. You're getting this whole lion with the spoon in its mouth on your back. And he was like, whoa. And I was like, no, definitely not. Like the smaller the better. Like this is meant to be just a little emote. But usually doing that during that stream, it is really fun because people genuinely don't necessarily beg too hard or at all. And we're only doing it for a few hours, so only so many can get done. But yeah, everybody is overall really, really positive and fun about it. But just like everything else, like the other day, still everybody's like, oh my God, wow, like that just totally turned into a drawing in no time. And then one guy was just like, I was showing some animation I did early in the day, because it's like, this is what else I do. This is the whole point of this. We're showing you what we do at Streamlabs. And it's just like, bruh, like nobody cares. I'm like, good. I don't care either. I don't care about anything. None of this matters. Who cares? And he was just like, what? And other people were like, yeah, no, we care. We think it's cool. And we're enjoying this. But then he was like saying other things where it's like, oh, you clearly do care. Like you are enjoying this. So shut up already. But out of all the positive stuff, that was still the thing that stuck with me, as it always does for the rest of the day. It was just like, oh, that one person that was just, needlessly being a jerk. Needlessly being a jerk. That is my bread and butter. How dare people? How dare they? I wasn't even there to jump in and tag down on what they were saying and say, I also agree that no, I don't care. And Jimmy, he can crack all the corn he wants. Nobody gives two flying fuds about it. Give me something that I am interested in. What's an Ashton Kutcher up to these days? Where is Chris Pratt, and how does he feel about things? You're insufferable. You're insufferable. That's my jab. Don't wear it out. That definitely doesn't make any sense. Your jab, Faith. I'll wear it out. I don't. Now you're just threatening me. Now you're just threatening me. Let's work on some more versions of you. Another book where you're awful. Voxney. And Voxney Miles is one of the people who doesn't cause trouble and is positive on that other stream that I was just mentioning. As we blur into some metal, speeding to an... Oh, and then that guy's gonna start yelling. There's definitely more, more angry about this song than I was going to be. Yeah, I did a logo image design for Voxney there that genuinely I meant to write and say like kind of sorry. I don't know what that was, but I forget what it was called now, but a cat bunny or something, a bunny cat, kitty rabbit, whatever it was. The reference picture, I was just like, I can't for the life of me figure out or understand what's going on with these ears. But it was like the super adorable character, so I was like Googling bunny cats, rabbit cats, whatever it was. And oh my god, she's wearing it on a shirt right now. Cabot, that's what it was. I knew it was words jammed together somehow, but I forgot they were physically Voltroned into one giant robot word. But yeah, so it was just like, is Cabot a character I've never heard of? And it was like, oh, it's like a cat rabbit. Part of my head was thinking that it was a cabbage or somehow related to cabbage. I don't even know. But yeah, for the first few minutes, it was just like I started doing a sketch. It was also whilst the racist, offensive old white window men were in working on my apartment, saying just rude things about everything, and they were just looking at it like, hey, what's going on here? Like, it's just an adorable little rabbit cat girl. And just like, oh, like making some kind of pervert stuff, like, not even in the slightest. Oh, old white men, please leave me alone. But in that, I was trying to look up pictures of Cabot girls, so it was just like my screen was just filled with like a bunch of anime girls, where I'm like, oh god, why can't you guys just go away forever? So I'm like, literally, I'm trying to complain about them without them seeing me complain about them and reading my screen, and I'm also trying to do my job without them seeing stuff, which is one of the questions from the interview that I rambled on and didn't answer any of the questions on Sunday. For Russo Draws, super nice guy, nicest guy, had a great time talking to him, oh god, I was say, speaking of just going off on random tangents and forgetting what I was talking about, I literally forgot what I was talking about. I forgot what I was gonna segue over to, because I tried to remember the names of the things that he has. But yeah, mostly for the rabbit girl, it was just like there was like a fluff and then an ear, but I'm like I can't find any other pictures of stuff like this. I don't. I do anime stuff all the time for work, but I still to this day I'm just like I am not qualified to be doing anime stuff. I'm just referencing, Dragon Ball and whatnot. Yeah, no, I lost whatever it was. Talking to him on the interview, and he said, I have things that are in my head. Oh, yes, I remember. So, one of his questions that I didn't really get around to answering was, wow, like, do you work with a lot of people? Like, do you do all this stuff yourself? You seem very open to sharing your artwork in the process, and it's great to see the process on Instagram. And the real answer was, which I just never really got to, was like, no, part of me really hates having people watch me do the things that I do, and part of me loves it. Like on the streams, I do have a great time. It's nerve wracking. I feel rushed because people are watching, so I end up doing it a little bit faster. I feel like everything should be a little more correct first try. And help me, mommy. I need some help tying my shoes. My string cheese needs untying, please, mother. And that's just just doing the voice of Voxney's child and what I assume that they need. But yeah, it's a weird thing because like when those dudes were in my home, it was just like I don't want anybody to look at anything that I do until it's done. Please go away. Because even at first it was like, oh, you draw? Like I used to draw. What are you doing over here? I can't even draw stickmen. Like looks like this guy can't even draw stickmen. But just like this is just rough sketches. I'm still trying to figure out what the idea is. I can't picture it fully in my head, so I need to draw it out. Please don't judge that. But as long as like during say a stream, hopefully people are around for long enough that I can say, oh, this is you switched to the wrong camera. I think we want to see what you're drawing. There we go. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming you. Ripley, I'm sorry. Always, as always, I'm blaming Milo. I can't even imagine in 1,000 years how you could possibly blame going to the wrong camera on me. I've got my hands are full with the coffee, and there's not even coffee in here. I don't even drink coffee. But still, it's filled with hopes and wishes, and not one remote control or computer device to switch between cameras. So it is either on you or that other cat that doesn't exist. So let's maybe start blaming ourselves for things. Let's start blaming ourselves. Exactly. Blame you. That's how I get away with. Ugh. You don't understand your role yet. I'm not going to be the one to explain it to you. Oh, la-ti-da, mister. I don't have time to explain things. You wouldn't understand. Oh, I'm all Mr. Hi Buddy. I've read the books before. I know how to read the text on the bottom of a screen when someone's speaking a different language. I do. You don't know how to. I can't remember if it's canon that you can or can't read. There's been some comic strips where I can't read, and some others where I clearly can. So, it goes both ways. Goes both ways. It doesn't exist. Hey! What's going on here? And we're back. That was just a sneak peek of the credits. They're slightly new to some people, but mostly not that new. Also, I'm here. That's enough out of you guys. Draw Milo as a wizard. That's right, get back to drawing me as a wizard. I'm a wonderful wizard, the wonderful wizard you draw. Everyone knows the wizard, what did I do in the box? And then I kick the whiz over, and it's all dried and caked. And then you scoop it up, and then you say this isn't steak. That was awful. Wizard. that's too green. So yeah, legitimately spent some time. Like I think having that interview like really was awesome. It made a huge dent, not a dent, but a positive dent in my week. Where I'm like, why do I even keep doing these live streams? Am I really this addicted to just saying the things that I've seen this week out loud and then having it recorded for posterity? Or do I need this to be productive? Because I could still just do my stop motions. I could still do the process of how things, how the work is made. I still make time lapses of drawings and stop motion and whatnot. But yeah, once I was talking to him, I was like, you know what? No, I do sometimes need to just ramble on, whether people are there listening or not. So that, I don't know, maybe someday I will go back and check some of this stuff and go, hey, that idea I meant to do something with, and then I'll do some of these ideas that I talk about doing and then never get around to. Slash, with the world that keeps being wrought with pandemicness and, my unbelievable desire to not interact with people very much ever again. I mean, I'd like to, but at the same time, the world is scary now. So it's like, I might as well. It's probably the healthiest thing to do, is have a live stream and just talk out into the world a little bit every once in a while. I've definitely done that a few times. I mean, every time during the Streamlabs live stream, every time it's gone down. Yeah, I've definitely been talking. Like, there was one where it was, a good full 10, 15 minutes where I'm just like, oh god, what was I doing? How long has this been down? And then whatever little window or little email I get that says, like, hey, these are your stream results. Like, these are my what? Yeah, you ended a half hour ago. Like, oh, good. Oh, good. So at least if it's recorded, and I'm talking to nobody, there's still a point where, later in that week or in that day where it's just like, hey, somebody watched that, so technically I wasn't talking to nobody. Get paler, fadier orange. There we go. Oh, I am the wizard Milo. Let me teach you the ways of magic. I'm just kidding. I'm just here to hire some young characters that I will offer no pay to save the universe. Yeah, at least last Streamlabs stream, the internet stayed on the whole time for once. But my camera just kind of kept dropping out. Well, that's why I switched up to this system on my own stream. So it's less, it could be more, give the computer more power to flash my drawing tablet and sharing the drawing and not worry about dealing with cameras. And then switched back over to my Logitech 922C, I think it's called. And then over there, I don't even know if I turn this, there's the wall of action figures. And then there's Skeletor's house. But it's kind of dark over there. And then can I turn it back? Without ruining everything. Okay. Get this over there. There we go. So, still a super good quality camera. But that was the other thing when I did that interview. This camera wasn't hooked up, so I just used the Max built-in camera, but all of the lights were set to work with this other camera, which is used to it being a lot brighter, and it just kind of makes everything look really good. And that didn't work, so it was just like I was just a ghost face the whole time. Like, oh, I feel so bad. Like, I feel like I just look insane, and all of my stories don't even need to be told. Meanwhile, you're still, hey, that convinced me that I should have a live stream during the week still, even though I just decided I've got a bunch of stories that don't need to be told. And that's when you start telling stories, when you don't need them anymore. Also, drawing frame. Okay. Where'd my pen go? Pango. Oh, there it is. But yeah, so the more I talk to Russo Draws, and I'm sure I'll read the interview on stream when it's ready. I don't envy him at all. I told him, I was like, oh geez, like I talk a lot. So I hope you've got some sort of transcription machine, because it's a written interview. And then he was like, all right, like, it'll be, a few weeks before I have time to sit down with this and figure out how to transcribe it. I was like, oh, good luck with that. Like, feel free to, like, chop it to pieces and, find the parts where I actually answer the questions. Because, yeah, I just talked and talked. Like, I definitely would just go, if I was him, for this one anyway, and grab an app that, just does text or voice to text. And then just read through it and fix it up. Because it's... Oh, man. For him to sit there and have to listen to it again... That's rough. That is rough. Alright, well there is... a little wizard Milo. I should probably poke his ears out, right? Seems crazy that I didn't do that. Definitely crazy. But something else that I did want to talk about is, and I keep forgetting, and I don't know why. I should look it up on my phone. But whilst getting miniature stuff for Skeletor's house, I ended up at Michael's, the craft store, getting stuff from their little miniature stuff aisle. And then when I paid for it, the lady at the counter was all, oh hey, like that's my thing is I make miniatures or whatever. I was like, oh, that's amazing. It was like, that's what I'm doing now. It's like, it's a little weird, but I'm in the middle of like decorating Skeletor's house, and I'm gonna go home and animate Skeletor. Like, all right then, goodbye. Somebody else was in the lineup, so I was like, all right, I better go. Let you do your job. That's enough of me talking about Skeletor. But I assume you're probably super cool at this stuff. So I'm gonna it'll load it up on my computer. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's the more responsible thing. Come on now, guys. I mean, Ripley?
Meow, 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 meow.
No, I didn't ask, but I mean, when you see a situation, feel free to offer up the information that would best suit, what needs to be shown. How about anytime anything happens, I just say, hey, idiot, why don't you stop and think for 5 seconds? Is there a better way to do this? Because there almost always is. Instead of just showing it on your phone like you're some sort of grandpa at a backyard party saying, hey, everybody, guess what? I got a bunch more grandkid pictures to take to show you everybody. Also, I saw a boat the other day that my friend got. Let me show it to you on my phone. And I know it's sunny, and I'm gonna hold it in a weird way so you can't even see it. But anyway, that's what we're gonna do. Come on over here. Look at my dumb pictures. I'm the grandpa, and that's you. You're the grandpa now, dog. You're the grandpa now. Now try to type in the word Instagram, while also saying words that I'm saying instead, and see how possible that is. Cause it isn't usually. Now try to remember the name of the person, so you can. There you go. So now am I done yet? Am I done talking now? Just go back over to your screen because this is getting confusing. It super is. So it's called Nasus, I think. Miniatures, Nasus, miniatures on Instagram. And I'm gonna slide this down here and look at some of the things. And make sure there's nothing on the screen that will get me fired from work. I think it's fine. Go to here. So yeah, her name is Susan. And later that day, so I didn't know any of this. So I checked my messages, and it's just like, hey, this is weird. I think I met you at the Michaels today. I was working there. When I got home, I mentioned to my husband that this guy is like making some kind of Skeletor thing. And he was like, oh, that's probably this guy that I follow on Instagram, who I also follow. I don't know either of these people, but he draws and stuff and does amazing work. I forget his name. I think it might be on here. Nope. It's like C Rackham is his name. I don't know what it is. But anyway, I'm going to click on this chair. Look at this tiny chair! So she makes amazing miniature stuff. So at some point, I'm probably going to have to commission or get some of the miniature things from her to go into Skeletor's house because it's just too impressive. It's just too impressive. A bunch of little books. And she has like an Etsy shop. There's all of her links at her link tree at Nasus Miniatures. And yeah, also there's a link to her YouTube where she shows a bunch of how to do these things. So also I'm going to start going through there. And maybe instead of paying her to do things, I will just steal her knowledge and make those things. But either way, some tiny French fries. Lots of like just miniature blankets and stuff. Just amazing stuff. She got a bunch of miniature pies on her Instagram. And just realized it's not on screen anymore, so I'll close that. And I don't know, I have no real thoughts of a story that requires there to be a miniature pie in Skeletor's house, but there's also a little video camera and some miniature cookies and the Ninja Turtles pizza. Pizzas are there. So either way, none of it really matters. It's just a matter of what will be fun. And trying to include some local artists. She is, of course, already way more popular than me, so me just like, hey, get out there and support. Like, she's does workshops and everything, and has lots of followers and views and whatnot. So she's a miniature superstar. Superstar of miniatures, not necessarily a miniature person. Anyway. Hey, shut up. Avocado Shakes is here. Avocado Shakes is here. You know how that you don't disappear. Hey, where's that Ted at? And that's my song. That was an awful song. Ted is on the wall above the stop motion area, but I haven't loaded him back in to the things so that Ted can do a TED Talk. Um, but that is something he should have. We should just have a segment that is where if I do decide to write a weird tirade, and it'll be called Ted's Talks. And then we'll just have Ted do the talks, even though I can't do that voice at all. And I just lose it immediately. And it's almost, for some reason, harder than doing the Batman voice. It's just the Milo voice. My voice is fine. Well, I just use my voice all day long. And then you used to using my voice. I'm already done with that voice. I've already been talking for an hour. So let's draw another Milo. I mean, anytime that you're not drawing a Milo, I'm just getting filled with more rage. So put down the mouth button and pick up your pen and draw effing versions of me for your new stupid book that is the great book because it's all about me, and they all should be about me for the love of fun. All right, everybody calm down. Calm down. How does Ted sound again? Hey, bros. I could bring you a talk. My Ted. It could only be a TED Talk. Because that's who I am. Bros, have you ever thought about surfing all day long? That's totally fine. Have you thought about hunting for diamonds under the sea? Because sometimes, diamond thieves, they definitely drop their diamonds, guys. So let's go hunt for them. This is today's TED Talk. All right, Ted, calm down. Calm down. It's a lot easier to do it if he's just on the wall. I don't have to cut over to him. I should have him in here still. Shouldn't be that hard to set up. Drinking some orange pop mixed with lemonade from Subway. All right. While I look for Ted to load him back up. What shall the next? Let's throw out some ideas for costumes for a Milo variation for this anti-NFT book, and I'll start throwing them in. And I've already done. I don't know if you were here earlier, but I already did a RoboCop avocado shakes. And there's a Banksy wall, and there's the bored monkey I was going to say puma face, but leopard face. And then a David Bowie sailor. A little monster guy. And then today we just did a wizard so far. And I've got a bunch more that, I'll keep a lot of them secret until the book's done. But a bunch more on my iPad and buried away in folders and whatnot. Alright, so first things first. Which scene would Ted fit best in? Probably just go to... What's Ripley got? Yeah, Ripley's got the background, so we'll duplicate Ripley's scene. Duplicate Ripley's scene. I know I'm out of sync with the music that's playing, but sounds good to me, I think. Hey, I'm gonna call it Ted. Hit the done button. Where'd it go? All the way to the bottom? We'll bring it to the top. Where'd it go? Oh, it went all the way to the top. Okay, and this should actually fix my issue. Alright, 3 buttons across the top. Yes! That actually fills in the bag. Oh, he fills in the space. So, instead of Ripley, we're gonna go add a media source. Add source. Tuesday. Oh my god. Actually, he should still be in here, right? No. Alright, I'm just gonna call it Tedward. Add the source. Go to browse. Look down the files. Don't get aroused. In the Twitch folder. Reboot. Believe he had his own. Oh, there's several. This one. There he is. don't know who MLP is. Murders love pizza. That's what I know. I moved Ted to effing low. No, I didn't. Okay, this is Ripley. Where are you, Ted? Where are you? Oh, I gotta set you to loop. Here you go, loop-de-loop. Hey, it's me, Ted. I'm talking too much. There I go. Move me into space. Hey, guys. Remember me? It's Ted. On days when stop motion is being done, I'll be in the background, so when it cuts to me, it'll make more sense. And I won't just be yet another disembodied head. Ah, the My Little Ponies. Oh, Niwars. I almost thought you were a real person for a second. Can I right-click on you? How come you have a little king icon? Not for sure. There was a way. Ooh, is this it? No. Oh, he's a Prime Gaming. Reply. Yeah, one of these days, let me get out of here. I'm gonna take the time to figure out what commands I have to type in here to ban and delete people. Did I do a My Little Pony version? I don't think I did. Alright, there we go. What would it take? Turn him into a pony. Now, this is definitely more of a cow snout. This music isn't helping. This music is making me draw something countrified. Fast Country Girls by George Christopher Haig. Sorry, dog. Not that it's bad. You're taking too long to get to the beat. Flip. Next. Alright, we're in Nova Scotia. We'll listen to Nova play Nova. So, cow ears go down. But if I'm gonna give him, I'm gonna give him horns. Oh no! Oh, for the love of fun! All right, let me just grab these blue lines, cut them, and then we're gonna copy this. Copy this back over here. Yep. Then we'll draw on the proper layer. No one has to go to jail. Canvas visible. Oop. I'm going to put a little bell on him. He's just going to be a straight up regular naked field cow. Oh, you know what I forgot on the last one? I forgot to put a dumb NFT background. we go. That seems pretty magical. Now, back to Cow Milo. Oh, color again. Oh. How am I not on the right layer again? How is that even possible? Alright, this music makes it seem like it's that part in the movie. Or something very poignant. Is gonna change in a little boy's life. That's definitely not how I normally draw. Okay, like that edge. Let's get rid of that. I am drawing a cow. I will draw this cow till the day that the war ends and everyone is free. 'Cause it's all up to this cow and me. Ugh. Alright, that one's almost over. It was nice, listen. Not a bad song. Stefan Michael. Fantastic. Very well done. Too emotional. Too depressing. Now we're on a great hunt. Going to find something artistic. It's a cow. Don't know how to express how dumb this is. Now, as I draw this, I'm given pause to think. Have I done this already on somewhere else? Or do I just draw cows in such a similar way all the time that I'm just having cow drawing deja vu? Or at least this one side of the head black, the other side white. Color blob that I do is at least super similar. Like it needs to hold something for some reason. All right, put his hands in the air. Don't know what to put in them. Present. no reason. Alright, stick his tongue out. He's holding a little part of a Mario block. Boom, 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 ding, 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 ding. It's the music that you listen to while you draw some silly picture of your cat in a disguise. It's just fun, not filled with lies. But he doesn't look like a cat now. He looks like a mischievous cow. But how? This is pretty fun, I have to say. This is significantly less stressful or I don't know, skill requiring. Making comic strips. Moo yow. Moo yow. Don't grab my udders just 'cause I look like a cow. I said moo yow. Moo yow. I don't make milk, but I make beef somehow. I'll have a beef with you. Meet me behind the school, and we will fight for our right to party all day and night. Listen to Beastie Boys, 'cause we're beasts and we're boys. But we've got our Mario games that need playing each weekday night. You know what I'm saying? Just a cow that's in a field, so my opinion is moo. Meow moo. Meow moo, what do you do? I go to the field. I see my friends laying down. I say, is it going to rain? They say, excuse me, do you care to explain? And I say, you know that thing about cows, but they don't know how. What is this, the Power Rangers now? Go, go, power cows, mighty morphin' cows of power, hey. They're eating the hay. They've got magic coins. They'll answer to no, Lord Zed is the bad guy. Who is the guy that's in the thing that's slightly out of phase with the time? Played by Ryan Cranston. Bryan Cranston, I'm sorry. Zordon. Oh, that's definitely a name that sounds fake. Go, Zordon Ranger. Try to Thor that are made of robots, yeah. These are just kids and we don't care. If they die or get shot in the hair, that's another way to get shot in the head until these kids are dead, and you do not want that. But these armor seems an awful lot like a spandex. Excuse me, Zordon, what the heck? Alright, that's enough of that. This is a cow. Definitely not a Powered Ranger. Oh, they're rebooting Power Rangers again, right? Like fully rebooting after that last one was yet another movie not even about Power Rangers until the last 5 minutes. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard? Take something that has just infinite possibilities like a Power Rangers. And it's like, well, man, we're gonna make a movie. Well, then most of it should be about them just walking around in the woods then, right? Yeah, probably. Probably. Is Alpha 5 gonna somehow be worse? Yep, somehow. It's Bill Hader. Should be better, but it's not. Bryan Cranston making it better? No. But whatever. I didn't love Power Rangers anyway, so really doesn't affect me that much. I haven't watched any of them, and I won't. Unless it looks like it's amazing. Will it? I don't know. Of course, I still haven't seen The Batman, and that both looks amazing and like it might be irritating. I'm still nervous to see The Batman. Still nervous, but I think I'll enjoy it. It's also, it's very long, but that's also something I loved about the Snyder Cut. Let's go back to the right drawing. Alright, so there's the cow, a little field. And of course, in the book version, Milo's doing all this stuff to, Ripley's doing all this stuff to Milo's face with filters and whatnot. There's a wizard. I think I could move that wizard over a little bit. And a cow-ish Milo. No, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave that weird little wonky line. And I've done some Mario ones already. Or at least a Mario one already. I think I've already done at least one. Milo in some kind of mascot outfit. I'm gonna do another one. I'm not sure what this is. It was supposed to be kind of a dinosaur, but neck is too wide. Kind of almost look like it could be an ET. I guess he's gonna be another lizard thing. Some kind of Dudley-ish type of dragon. Dino Milozilla, king of some monsters. I'm so happy about it. Look how happy I am. Rawr, look at me, make me bounce up and down. Rawr, I'm the happiest little monster dinosaur. I'm the dinosaur you never even seen before. Rawr, I'm gonna eat that. Rawr, 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 rawr. Thank you for indulging me. Thank you. Anyway, I do enjoy how happy I look in my little outfit, and I would like to purchase that outfit to wear all the time, forever, in the rest of the streets. Please and thank you. Signed, Milo. No, it's too much work. Oh, that's why I'm moving. That's where all the names will. All right, let's do one more monster. See what kind of a monster I can throw together in 20 minutes. And we'll wrap up live streaming the drawing of things. That is definitely not what my teeth look like in any way, shape, or form. Doesn't matter. Once I start adding stuff, it's not you anymore. Weird variation of you. This is fully being influenced by the music. It's creeping along. Wait a second. Do I have a big, giant, muscular chin underneath all of this fur? Is that what this drawing is intimating? Cause that seems pretty cool. I feel like we could incorporate that into my regular face. Big, strong chin like that. I mean, come on. No, this is not. Once again, technically has nothing to do with you. It's a separate thing. Your chin does not look like that. You're a weirdo underneath, skeleton wise. Harsh. Super harsh. Don't like it. Ah well. Some things are harsh. Liking them is not an option. All right, now what's going on here? Is this some sort of human resources Geiger type of thing? I mean, yeah, something like that. Something like that. put this song in the playlist of... What even is this? Ode to Joy, European Union. Next.
Hacer música. De procesar todo tipo de información. Podemos hacer trabajos de la escuela o oficina con ella, guardar datos, imágenes, escuchar música, escuchar música, escuchar música, escuchar música, escuchar música, hacer música.
Oops. headphones just switch to the other ear. Oh, just in time for the music to change to this. Sorry, Wegus Yodel Polka. Not today. Not today. Alright, quick background. Don't like this. But I have kind of an idea. I'm gonna make a couple of blobs. Needs to be blurred out. There we go. Why? Where I put that blur? This frame? Oh. Yes, there we go. Go with this bit of purpliness. That's there we go, that's 2 hours. Call that still not done. 1 second. All right. Now that one is done. In. And that's what we've done today. A weird, Geigery, alien-y, skull monster, doom demon thing of Milo. Milo in an adorable, dragon kaiju, costume. Milo is a cow and a wizard. That's 4. I was thinking I only did 3. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. How far away from the microphone? It doesn't matter. Well, anyway, that's this Tuesday. Like I said before, later in the week, I'll probably be taking over the Streamlabs stream again and doing some kind of art thing to give away to people for free. And as per usual, MrCurtoons.com for all the links and stuff, but all the links are on my Twitter and my Instagram as well. For the store, if you want t-shirt merch, Milo books, etc. Always new stuff being posted on Instagram every time I draw it. If you're ever looking at pictures, that's where I put most of them. Other than that, thanks for hanging around for another week. I'm also here, and I will be here next week as well. And I guess thank you for me, but mostly we know you're all here just to see me, because I'm the king of the world. I'm the king of the world. Put me at the front of a boat that's about to sink, but do not sink that boat. Do not sink. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys again next week, and or at some point, me and Tara will do another podcast as well. Just always a bunch of random stuff getting in the way of doing things all the time. But always projects, and always do my best to at least share most of the parts of them with the internet. I'm MrCurtoons. Ripley! Ripley! Yeah. Stop the music. Stop the music. Tell the guy in the background to stop the music. And play the credits. Good night, everybody.